Hi there, Joka here, and in today's video I'm going to share a bunch of projects with the Spellbinders Bibi's Hummingbirds collection, which I'm super excited about. Here are parts of the collection. Some of them I will not be using, some stem sets, then a variety of die sets that you can use to create different hummingbirds. This one particularly is for the inside of a card, but you can obviously find some creative ways to use it differently. Then there is this huge panel. It's actually about 5 by 7 inches, if I remember correctly, and it's gorgeous. I loved working with it. You can add, with those little pieces, you can add colors to it. I super love it. Then there is a stencil in the collection with different patterns that I also will not be using, because you know that I just don't like inks so much anymore. I just forget about it, really, because I never use it. Then there is this beautiful floral set with the cloud shape and another hummingbird. Then there is this super fun, huge hummingbird that you can create a shaped card with if you like, but obviously you can also add it to a normal card base. I don't remember the size, but it is huge. So I'm starting with that one. I'm going to add a sentiment to the belly, and there is a sentiment that actually fits inside this shape really well. That is the right direction, but I wanted to add something else, so I'm going to have this one on its side, but it doesn't bother me, to be honest. So I am putting together my hummingbird now, and I created a card base that is shaped in a way that I folded the cardstock in half, and then I die cut it in a way that on the left side I did not cut it completely through, if that makes sense. So that's attached. Now, because I used a heavyweight cardstock, the die did not cut completely through, so I am using my scissors to trim this, but you know, it's almost like cut through completely. I just have to separate those I don't know, the corners, let's say. So it works, to be honest. And then I'm adding the full shaped hummingbird to the front, and for this I use a kind of like a darker coral cardstock, and I'm using mustard for the beak. I have never actually seen a hummingbird in my life, I mean in real life. Obviously I never care about realistic colors, so I did not even bother looking up what kind of color I should use for the beak and things like that, if that makes sense. Card making for me, it's just a fantasy world, you know. You just use the colors you like for whatever you like. Everything goes is my motto in card making. And then I'm decorating the wings with flowers. You know me and flowers. And again, I'm using a two-layered die cuts. So the foliage that you see already has a heavyweight cardstock base, so to say. Not these little flowers, these don't need another layer. I'm just going to glue them to that foliage. And there's other flowers in this set as well that you can use with the other oh my god, what is it, stems, um whichever you like. I'm trying to use different shapes and colors for all of them, again, just to, you know, the more colors the better. And then I realized that one of these flowers actually needs another piece die cut from green to make it look good. Um, First I thought those were just all floral centers and or flower centers, and those I'd never die cut from paper. I always use enamel dots just for the, you know, the added dimension and texture. Um, and here I am actually going to, yeah, well, I am going to add enamel dots as always. And that card is done. Then moving on to the next, I am assembling the lily. It's a lily, right? It looks like a lily to me, but I could be wrong. I really, as much as I love flowers, I do not know the names of flowers at all. But I think it's a lily. Anyway, I am using two different colors to create this flower, and it's relatively easy to put it together. I was also not looking at any photo of this or instruction. That said, I may have messed it up now that I think about it. I don't know. It looks right to me. And I also use some foam tape to create a bit of dimension. And now the hummingbird that comes in this die set, I am using two colors for it, and because of that I had some extra die cuts, which I then layered, like the tail feathers here. Those actually only need one layer, right? But I did not want to waste that die cut, so I just kind of offset it so that you have both colors there. And then I'm adding the wings there. Super simple, and it's so pretty. I'm so in love with this collection. I love, I don't know, I think my favorite things to work with are generally flowers, butterflies, and birds. So yeah, I was really happy with this one. And I created an edge here with the clouds. I don't really care that those are clouds. I just wanted to add some interest to the, you know, to the edge of that card front. And normally I would have gone with a shaped card front, so that, you know, it's not just attached to the card front, but the edge would have been that cloud shape thingy border. But I realized that in that case I will not be able to fill up that space with the flowers like I plan to, which is what I'm doing now. So you can see if that part would be missing there on the edge, then I wouldn't be able to add all these parts. So I decided to just glue it on top of it's a 5 by 7 inch card base. So basically it's just a non-functional border die cut, I guess, but it adds to the interest, I think. And to create longer stems here for the flowers, I'm just hiding it behind the other flower, if that makes sense. And I used a piece of the what is it called, bud. There's the two buds, and those have a straighter stem, so I die cut one of those and I use that for the longer stem for the coral lily. Then there are also some leaves that you can add, and some of them I added with foam tape to create a bit of a variety in dimension. And the other ones I shaped a little bit, and by shaping it a little bit I mean that I just kind of bend it so that it has a, I guess, a bit more organic flow. And I embossed a sentiment again with gold embossing powder, and I think, as far as I remember, I will add it in the middle there, but we have to see. I made this video a long time ago, and I just realized before I started to do the voiceover that the release was postponed by a month, but I think, well, I thought I would do it anyway now that I'm doing voiceovers all night, because yeah, what's done is done, right? At least it's gonna be prepared. And for a final step, I'm going to add a bunch of foam tape to this beautiful little bird, and then place it over my flowers. And one more step, I'm going to add some white enamel dots. Again, I was wondering if I should add like tone on tone, but I don't know, lately I like to use white actually, it with a colorful background. Okay, moving on to the next card. This is kind of new to me, and I really hope I put it together the right way, but I'm not convinced. So this is a pop-up feature inside the card. It's a flower and a hummingbird. I put it together in a way that was logical to me, but I do realize that my brain sometimes is not working the same way as other people. So again, it could be wrong, but it looks good to me. The way it turns out. The only thing I don't like about it is because of all the layers of paper that I have, it's actually gonna create quite a like a bump in my card. I will, well, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it from this angle, but it added a lot of dimension. So I'm trying to figure out how to do this the best way. There's these little tabs on each of these flowers, and what I should have done actually, but I did not realize it then, I should have trimmed off those tabs from all but one, so that it doesn't add, because this is now 3 layers already. But one would have been enough, and I could have glued the flowers together at the bottom, you know, not just by the tabs. And I have to thread those through this paper here. And that's already 3 layers of that small thing. So that's going to create quite a bit of, you know, dimension there. But yeah, I didn't realize this early enough. And anyway, I wanted to add this green piece of cardstock in the middle to, I don't know, like the flower comes off, you know, like a green, how should I put this? You know, like a field of green. Obviously, if you want to add a message to this card, then you will have to probably add a piece of white cardstock, or you write around it. Because it's a textured cardstock, I don't think you can write on it with white pen either. Anyway, once I fold this, you will see that, well, I'm actually not sure if you will see that big bulge. It really doesn't look good on the card front. So yeah. So I'm gonna cover it. Well, I would have covered it anyway, because I would have added a design to my card front. Anyway, I'm just mentioning these so maybe you can do it better, you know. But it looks so pretty. I love it. But you see here, I'm trying to make that a bit more flat, but it adds a lot. So I die cut a lot of these clouds, and I'm layering them up, and then this will hide that bump that maybe you can see from here. I guess, yeah, I don't know, maybe it would really help if you just trim off all those tabs except for one layer, and then glue the flowers together, or the layers of the flowers together at the bottom. I think that would work better, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe this is actually not the way it's supposed to be put together. Maybe this is why I'm struggling. But you know, I never create cards like this, so yeah. Then at the bottom, I added my emboss sentiment to that bottom cloud, and I will add some foam tape to that so that it kind of stands out. And now that I have my panel done, I'm trimming off the edges just so that it's the same size as the card. And here you will see that I will have to hold the that left side a bit so that it actually, oh no, I edited it down, but I had to hold it longer here so that it stayed in place where that huge bump is. Okay, so I added my foam tape to this bottom layer there, and now I'm going to add some more hummingbirds, obviously, because they are so pretty. So I used, because I wanted to add some different hummingbirds, and each die set has some, so I just used these birds from different die sets basically, but everything will be added to the description box, and then I'm sure you will be able to figure out which hummingbirds I used. They are all easy to put together, and there's an option to add more than one color to them, which is very important to me. So this yellow one is the same as the as on the previous card that I had, the blue one, and I think the smaller one comes from the large, beautiful shaped set that I haven't used yet. So because I wanted to use two that are facing each other, if that makes sense. So that's gonna be my card front, and here's that beautiful set that I was talking about. So what I did here is I die cut two layers of that shape, and then I also die cut because you will see that you have two dies. You have this large shape, and then you have the outline as well, so you can use it two different ways, which is what I did here. And I wanted the card front to be what do you call this? It's not see-through, but like I don't know. It's like it looks like a kind of like lace, and but I wanted to add dimension to it, so that's why I die cut the full shape twice from heavyweight cardstock, and then I layered them together. So now basically I have 2 layers of that on top of the card front. It really is beautiful in person. Um, so now I die cut also the hummingbirds, and you will see where to put all these shapes on the background. You see that there's flowers that you can add, and I'm gonna show you how to layer those flowers. So, I mean, they are really obvious because you can see the shape on the background. They are so pretty. And later I realized that maybe it would have been better to die cut the background from green, because obviously these are leaves, and there's leaves, and you know, that's greenery. But I really wanted to do a white background card, as much as I prefer colors, right? So it's weird. But because I use white card bases, I wanted it to be white as well, this whole lacy thing. So I don't know, I'm not sure if it looks okay that I used green leaves on top of that. Maybe it looks a bit weird. This is where I was thinking that maybe I should have used green. But I mean, I'm not mad about it. I do like, in this case, I do like the white. So that's about done. And then I'm adding again a gold embossed sentiment. And then I realized that I have a bunch of flowers that I had left over from the previous cards. So I just decided to add all of them, or most of them, to the background. Again, just for pops of color. So I had mustard and lavender. So that works really well, I think. And to bring in a bit more texture and dimension, I'm going to add some of these pearls. I think they are, I don't know if they are called pearls, but they are from Spellbinders. And I think this is the oyster color, which is what I use the most. It's kind of like a wild white pearl, and it works with everything. So I guess that's why I use it all the time. So, and the tiniest ones, look at this. I lost it. I slowed this down so that you see where it fell, but I couldn't find it. I could not find it until the very end, but I will find it. Do you see it? Because now I see it. I know where it is. And here's where I find it. I just wanted to, I already forgot about this. Now that I noticed that it slowed down, I remembered. Okay, so this is the finished card. I think it's so pretty. I love that this lacy look. I think I'm gonna just keep it for myself. Then the next card that has the pop-up feature in the middle. Oh, I love this collection. I'm so excited about it. I hope you guys will like it as well. So second card, and then yeah, that's the dimension to it that I was talking about, that it's quite thick. Then the third card, and then I have a shaped card as well, right? Which is this one, a beautiful, beautiful floral hummingbird. Well, I hope I could give you some ideas with this collection. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.